Hello, thank you for having me here, K2. My name is Ashish Jadhav, and I'm working as Vice President and Senior Technology Leader with Reliance Jio Infocom Limited. Reliance Jio is the largest telecom operator at India and second largest single country telecom operator in the world. At Jio, K2 is part of core technology platform where we have developed dozens of applications using K2, and few of the applications are enterprise large-scale deployment varying 20K plus users and 50K plus transactions per day. What we really like about K2 is ease and simplicity of the platform. It is low-code platform which increases your go-to-market speed, and you can quickly design and develop process-driven application. For example, you can easily create simple to complex workflows, task-based applications with automatic routing and assignment to users, groups, and roles. You can monitor the task assignment so they are completed within your defined SLS. Good part of what K2 is it supports both web and mobile devices. So you can easily automate business applications used by your field support engineers, and they can complete the task on their mobile. And also other example could be approval apps for senior leaders like us who works on iPad, tab and mobile. And we can take actions on mail, and same actions is recorded at K2 task management. So few of the enterprise application which we have developed at Jio using K2 are FTTX, plan to build. So FTTX is fiber to node, fiber to building, fiber to home and fiber to enterprise. So fiber length across India is 500,000. So what was our objective? To complete automate FTTX, plan to design. It was digitization of Jio FTTX fiber construction workflow from network planning to vendor billing, vendor contract order lifecycle management. Also, we have automate capex for construction activity and calculations and its approval flow automation. So the approval flow includes from right of the way from government authorities, also the construction material management planning, issuance and return workflow management. Also, we have automated complete vendor billing flow automation for the construction services render. And we have provided real-time reporting on construction progress. This FTTX system, which is built on K2, is used by various department and roles like network engineering, solution design engineering, construction field force, and procurement and contracting. So coming to integrations, so this application is integrated with all the downstream systems. So GIS is geographical information systems, and within GIS we are having two applications where K2 has been integrated with mConstruct and MD survey, where you can track real-time construction activities and you can plan the survey activities. And also we have integrated K2 with SAP MM, material management, for posting of material consumptions and material returns. Also, it has been integrated with SAP FICO for posting the capex detail and service billing detail. So you can see a business value realization. So what we have achieved, it has actually helped us saving around 6 man days and also greater than 95% of accuracy of material consumption and also greater than 99% of accuracy of vendor billing after complete automation on K2 platform. Also, billing complaints of vendors has been reduced by 60% over last few months, and it has helped us to improve overall productivity of field force by reducing productivity and moving towards digitization. So next use case is retail IT field operations management. So if you see, the retail footprint of Reliance in India is Reliance Retail operates more than 10,000 stores across 6,700 plus cities with a retail area of over 24.5 million square feet. So what was our objective to implement these automations on K2 platform? It was digitization of retail IT field team for activities like incident management, store audits, asset inventory, preventive maintenance, new store openings, and task management. Also, you have easy accessibility to view and update incident over a mobile app. So all field IT people, they carry mobile app and they operate the entire field operation management using their mobile app. Also, we have enabled the notifications like SLA breach, priority calls, auto incident assignment based on location and current assignment. This is very important functionality. Scheduler based activity assignment like store audit and preventive maintenance. Also, we have real-time field engineer tracking on map to help check engineer availability for reassignments. We give real-time visibility of asset data, activity status, and productivity to the respective stores owners like respective owners like state IT and zonal manager via state dashboard. So what we have integrated with this field operation management, we have integrated SAP for flow of asset data into field operation management. Also, we have integrated with HP service management for all incident and service management activity from field operation management mobile application. Also, since most of our field operation engineers, they are on contract roles, so it was very difficult to integrate them with our Active Directory forage. So what we have done, we are having Oracle Identity Management, which act as a central database for all employee channel partners and field force. So for that reason, we integrated K2 with Oracle Identity Directory, where the entire field force operation employees are onboarded and the authentication happens through Oracle ID, and the same APIs are integrated with K2 applications. So they have a seamless SSO kind of feel. Also, we have integrated with location-based tracking. This helps us for real-time tracking of field engineers with the help of our GeoSIMs and Google API. So, for field operation management, what was business value realization? We have achieved IT asset accuracy of 94% against 47% before automation. And it was approximate savings of 4,500 man days, which is 15 resources annually. So it helps us reducing the overall time taken for preventive maintenance, audit activities from average 4 days to just 1 day. So this has helped us to improve the overall productivity of field force by reducing paperwork and moving towards digitization. So the other use case which we have automated using K2 is RGO, Studio Operation Management. So RGO is online shop for fashion and lifestyle, clothing, footwears and accessories. What was our objective to automate complete RGO Studio? Automation of RGO Studio activities like inward of articles, scanning of articles, base studio assignment, task assignments and workloads. Also assignments for model shoots, product shoots, editing of images, quality control, operation stats and reporting. And also we have enabled email notification on assignment of task, completion of task. Workload management through weighted average rule based routing. So how this routing is configured? Routing is configured based on article type, current queue, depth, color, complexity and gender. And the entire progress monitoring happens using K2 application. And also we have enabled exception marking and escalation matrix. So what was the integration done for RGO Studio Operation Automation? We have integrated RGO Studio Operation Automation with SAP. For what? To get inward feeds for article to be proceeds for the day. Dropbox integration for external vendor marketplace article uploads. Hybris is a platform by using which we have built our e-commerce website. So it is used to publish content written and approved article on the RGO e-commerce website. So K2 has been completely integrated with Hybris platform. And also the capture one to integrate real-time image capture from Studio. So what was the business value realization for RGO? We have achieved 100% of articles are now processed using the K2 based platform. The platform has been extended to process articles from other LOBs. So it has helped us to improve TAT by 55%. Before automation from inward to publish the TAT was 1 day. After automation, it has been reduced to 3 hours. So the other application which we have automated using K2 is employee relations and compliance management. This portal is named as Sahyog. So what was our objective? Since Reliance is a diverse business portfolio, we are into manufacturing, we are having largest oil refineries in India. Also, we are into telecom domain, we are into retail domain, also we are into media and entertainment. Okay, so K2 compliance management is a single platform to manage compliance tasks for geo and retail businesses, which includes incident management, document repository for various audits, knowledge management and performance checks. So we have integrated all compliance tasks, which includes licenses, filings, assessment, audit and assertion. And what was the scope, how we comply, what we comply, and 10K plus compliances are on this K2 compliance management platform. Also, we track the incidents. What kind of incidents? Incidents include visits and inspection, disciplinary actions, accidents, prevention of sexual harassment, audit tasks relevant to respective department like store operation, human resources, legal and FCNA and other departments. So this platform digitally accessible statutory documents for relevant compliance and incidents. Also, we have configured minimum wages allocation business rule. Minimum wages is very important for labor compliances. And one of the module is knowledge management, where you have ability to access information relating to establishment and legislations. Also, we have configured reminders and escalation matrix. So using this platform, you can monitor performance and progress. And what was the integrations with compliance K2 based compliance management? We have integrated this platform with SharePoint for knowledge management and as repository for statutory compliances. We have integrated with SAP to fetch employee related information. Also, we have integrated with integrated Reliance compliance management system for compliance request in cooperation. So what was business value realization achieved? Most important, how we comply, what we comply, and 10K plus compliances configured on this platform. It has enhanced operation and process efficiency. It also facilitates informed and compliant decision making. So I would like to conclude my session by telling you benefits about using BPM platforms like K2. It provides you agility in the process-based application where your business processes are very agile and undergoes continuous changes. Also, it provides you visibility in the workflow-based task management to track and monitor the SLS. Most important, it provides transparency in the data for which K2 maintains workflow and transaction logs at database. Also, it provides trust, consent, and consensus among all the stakeholders of the application due to nature of application, and it established compliance and governance feature. So overall, like I mentioned before, K2 is part of core technology platform at Jio, and it has helped us to improve tremendous business value. So I would really like to thanks to this collaboration between Jio and K2. So with this, thank you for your time and attention. I would like to sign out. Thank you very much.
Well, thank you very much for that presentation. Unfortunately, Ashish could not join us for Q&A today, but we do have Rajiv Katira, who is the Deputy General Manager at Jio, one of Ashish's colleagues, who will be able to answer some of the questions. So thank you, Rajiv, very much for joining us for the Q&A today.
Thanks for having me here. I'm glad to probably answer the questions.
Great. Well, before we get into the questions, I just wanted to congratulate you. I just heard that Facebook has invested $5.7 billion in Reliance Jio. So congratulations from the K2 team. That's very exciting.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I mean, we are growing large across all our segments, including hydrocarbon, retail, and Jio, I mean telecom. and we want to do more and more, especially with tools like K2, which really help us with time to market, expedite all our documents and get us time to market in a better and understanding the process is much better than.
Absolutely. Well, thank you for that for sure. Let's dive in. There's actually a lot of questions in the queue for you, Rajiv. Let's start out. Can you tell us a little bit about the K2 team? How large is the K2 team at Reliance Geo?
Okay, so we have an enthusiastic team of 28 members, all trained in K2 to serve both the retail and the telecom segments of the company. Well, we were about 6 members in 2017, and we have now grown to 28 in 2020.
Oh, wow. Okay, so a pretty big team, which actually doesn't surprise me since you are certainly working on a lot of applications all across the business. So that's great to hear.
Sure.
A question here from an audience member. What is the overall project deployment time for one particular vertical? And is it done by a system integrator or your own geo resources?
So it's all done by our own geo resources, and it again depends on the type of project that we are trying to implement. Mostly an average project deployment time we see anywhere around 3 weeks, 2 to 3 weeks for a medium scale application using K2. Had it been any open source or custom implementation, would have taken probably more than months to deploy such an application. But with K2, we are able to ensure time to market within about 3 weeks, 3 at the max 4 weeks. For complex applications like FTTX, where it was more of design, planning, involving many other teams, a lot of dependencies, roughly the implementation, or at least the K2 implementation, doesn't exceed more than 3 months. It has definitely helped us, in a lot of ways to reduce the time to market.
Absolutely. Great. Let's see, a couple of questions here about your SAP integration. You mentioned SAP integration in several different areas. If possible, could you elaborate on how this integration was done? Did you make use of K2 Connect?
Well, we could not use the K2 Connect because as part of our policies as part of the architectural roadmap within the organization, we do not get direct access to our SAP systems, but they were all through REST APIs. So all the SAP data or the events are exposed through REST APIs over our ESB framework, which is TIBCO. Either subscribe to it, or at times we publish the events where they need to consume it. It was all through REST API integration.
Okay, yes, that makes sense. Perfect. Okay. A couple questions here around the version of K2 you're using and if you've had any migration challenges.
We are currently using 4.7.11, and we are definitely on our go to migrate to 5.3. And since now that we've taken training on 5.3, we are really excited to move forward with 5.3, building new applications in 5.3. So far, we have not had any significant challenges except for a few especially where we have made customizations. All anything that was out of the box has been migrated seamlessly, but all the customizations where we have tweaked our implementation with respect to whether it be mobile apps or portals or even integrations with external parties, we are having certain challenges, but I'm glad and I'm really thankful to the K2 product team to help us out with the migration overall.
Great. Let's see, I'm just looking through the questions here. A question about the experience your business users have with the K2 solutions that you've built.
Okay, my experience with the business users definitely have been loving. Reason is they get an opportunity to tweak the workflow or the requirements, or at least give in a change at any point. The flexibility that this tool offers is to implement certain changes pretty quick and ensure a quick turnaround. So initially what used to happen when we used to implement open source or custom implementations, the agility with which we used to take up changes, whether it be a small or a big one, used to be really tricky at times, which would defeat the business to give in more, or rather refine the process and expect results sooner. With K2, definitely the business teams have enjoyed our engagement. I mean, they really appreciate and they want to encourage us using K2 pretty much in every other aspects, or rather every other business and every other department.
Yeah, it seems like you've really gotten some good business value out of K2, and I'm sure the users themselves appreciate that, absolutely. Let's see. Oh, a question about RPA. Have you done any integration with RPA platforms like UiPath or Automation Anywhere?
Well, not yet, but we are currently doing a POC with UiPath, and we want to actually go the RPA route, especially for our customer onboarding processes. We have a lot of steps which are manual and effort driven. We want to automate them through RPA.
Great. Well, that was one of the other questions that came in. What new K2 projects do you have on the horizon?
For the next 2 quarters, we have about 3 projects. So right now, as we speak, we are currently working on a geo healthcare logistics mobile app, wherein in the current time of this COVID-19 pandemic, to ensure the safety and health of our employees, vendors, and partners, Reliance has developed an end-to-end COVID platform. And as part of this platform, we are currently developing a workflow to orchestrate the logistic functions, which includes inwarding, packaging, shipping, and receiving of these samples for COVID testing at the test labs. So it includes collection of these samples from patients to aggregating them at the collection centers in different regions, states of the country, and then shipping them to the approved test labs in different locations. This is one of the projects that we are doing right now as we speak. The second one is, which we have lined up, is for the procurement and the contracting department, Geo, wherein we are trying to implement the vendor lifecycle management, right from all our vendors for construction and operation vendors. We are trying to develop the onboarding process, work order assignments, assessment and evaluation, billing, and finally nurturing, as in ensuring active engagement with them. The third one that I would want to probably call out would be we are trying to this for the first time do something for our network engineering functions within Geo, where we are trying to implement workflows to orchestrate in our entire lead to order journey, where the network engineers are expected to design and solution last mile connectivity options, and then identifying these the best of the options by the network architects, and finally deploying these network elements on the ground, on the field, by doing multiple surveys with construction teams and the other teams. So we are excited to probably implement this third initiative, which we have never done before.
Well, it sounds like exciting projects coming up, and certainly something that will keep you busy for the next couple of quarters.
Oh yeah, sure.
Let's see. It looks like we have time for maybe just one more question. Let's go ahead with, what's the biggest challenge faced by Geo throughout the journey with K2?
So the biggest challenge to articulate would be at Geo, the scale of implementation spans across a couple of thousands of users to thousands of workflows per day. I mean, the scale is pretty huge. So initially with our implementations, the biggest challenge that we used to face was with respect to performance. And the reason being is not because of the product, but because of the understanding of the product at times. So we realized that when we create smart forms or we build smart forms, we need to implement the right rule execution with rules being articulated well at the view level or the form level, and maybe even to look at splitting up of larger processes into logical sub-processes and use IPC framework to effectively orchestrate business flows to ensure optimal resource utilization from a technical perspective. It also, initially with the kind of assignment logic that we used to have for, rather managing the large work, we used to do push, but later on we realized that a pull versus a push of workflow activities has been more effective mechanism to avoid manual reassignments of tasks in the event if the user is not able to action the task. At certain instances where we had to employ a push algorithm, we had backed it up with auto reassignments based on the current workload and availability. I mean, these were, and the other challenge that we had faced was around security. Security, more to do with, I mean, for authorization, not authentication, but authorization. We used to pass on some user identity attributes like username for authorization from back to the server. Later on, we realized, I mean, as part of our InfoSec policies, we never got an approval to go ahead with the deployment, but with 4.7, now we are effectively able to use the DB context property of the service instance to implement server-side authorization. This has helped us a lot. So these were some initial challenges with respect to performance and security, but we were able to nail them down, and with a lot of great support from K2 folks to help us out with all these problems for a period of time.
Well, great. That is good to hear. Rajiv, thank you so much for joining us this afternoon. Thank Ashish for us as well. And thank you for sharing your K2 story with us. It's really a great story, and it was wonderful to hear some of the details behind it. Rajiv, thank you so much. Talk to you all.